Friday evening. I guess you could call it Fuck It Friday. Good to see you all. And on keg at the minute, these two beauties. Now we'll talk about this one first. I'll put the recipes in the description for both of these. It's been a long time since I've done one of these YouTube videos, so please bear with me. I really forgot how to do these well. So, quick chat I suppose. This is Raspberry Citra Sour. You may have seen a post about it I put up on Facebook, but I'll go through it. It's basically straight Golden Promise. I think I did 3.5 kilos of Golden Promise. Fermented with Simonaitis yeast. He's trying to shut the door on me now. Okay, I'll do the door. How's that? There. Fermented with Simonaitis yeast, and then dry hopped with Citra. I believed I used 100 grams of Citra. Dry hop. Once I got to the pH that I was about right, about 3.4. Oh, and I used 1 kilo of raspberries after about 2 days of fermentation. I think it was at 28 degrees fermentation. I know this is all a bit complex now. It's a simple recipe. 3.5 kilos of Golden Promise, fermented with Simonaitis at 28 degrees. When the pH, when the original gravity dropped to, it was close to finish, so I think I got down to 1.004 or something ridiculous. Anyway, at that point I chucked in a kilo of raspberries. No. No, what do you say no for? Do you want to come in? No. This is one of the reasons I've stopped doing videos, to be honest. I don't get the peace and time. Come here then. There, right. I have to prove that I'm not just talking to myself. Say hello to there. Say hello, camera. Here's the camera. They're looking at you. All the people. Yeah. Okay, say bye-bye. Oh, there you go. You take Woody for a walk.
Daddy.
I need to do the video. Oh, okay, I'll be back. Right. Where was I? Yeah, I told you the recipe got to the adding a kilo of raspberries. I'll give it another couple of days. pH got down to about 3.4, and then I chucked in the Citra. I had a taste and thought, so I chucked in another kilo of raspberries. I maybe should have chucked in some more Citra, but at the time that's what I thought. As it turned out, there's no real aroma, a little aroma of fruit. Mouth feels good. Because if you go down to 1.004, I think the extra kilo of raspberries help give a bigger mouthfeel. Initial sweet fruit, bitterness then kicks in of the... It's just a dry hop. There was no bitter in hops at all, but there's like a slight bitterness from the Citra dry hop and a tartness. Not a lot of tartness, considering it was down to 3.4 pH. But it comes out about 4%. Quite refreshing. Nice for the weather we were having in February, considering. It's been really beautiful, to be honest. Almost summer. I'm happy with that one now. I wasn't at first, and I say that, but I kegged it last weekend, and keg's nearly gone already. It's been a week. 19 litres, nearly what? 19 litres is what, about say 35 pints. 35 pints. I probably had about 25 pints of this in a week. And that's with having a couple of days rest. Right, so move on to this. The head's gone and dissipated now because I've been so long. Sorry. This is my American wheat with Galaxy, which I made on, I think I brewed that on Sunday morning. It is now Friday, so I brewed this Sunday morning. Basically the Bible, it wasn't basically the Bible recipe. It started with the Bible recipe, so... Oh, he's back again.
Daddy.
What? I'll be back.
Daddy.
Back again. Sorry, he's now playing in the car. I just sit in the car and just fiddle. Anyway, what's that on there? Must be a hop. Right, this is basically 3 kilos of wheat malt, I believe, 2.5 kilos of Pilsner Malt, which is very much the American wheat in the Bible I'm going to use. But then it falls down. I didn't use 300 grams of carapils. I didn't have any carapils. I used 500 grams of Melanoidin. Who knows? I thought it was different. And obviously the yeast, it's completely different. I used the Framgaarden, my basic house quake yeast, really. What I've been using forever. And dry hops, I used the same bittering. So I got I didn't do a 70-minute boil, as in the Greg Hughes. I did 60-minute. But I went for 25, I think it's 25 IBUs that he used. Bear with me, I'll get the... Oh, now the cat's decided he wants to be back again. Hey. This is, like I say, this is why I haven't done many videos of it. Right, so this. So it wants 25 IBUs of Citra from start of boil. That's the IBUs you're aiming for. I went with Galaxy. So... I worked it so it was 25 IBUs, over a 60-minute boil. And then flame out, I didn't just chuck it in flame out, because according to this, 0 IBUs. So I dropped it to about 80, about 80 and chucked it in. How much did I use actually of that? Because I think I used the same amount as in here, but, what's that, about 17 grams, yeah. So that came out as 37 grams in total I'd used during the boil and then the hop stand. Then it got down to 1.014. I think it started at I think it's 1.069 I got with mine. What's this supposed to be aiming for? 1.058. But yeah, I think about 1.064 I got. I got it down. This is supposed to go down to 1.013, and I got mine down to 1.014, I think. Could be 1.013. Using the Framgaarden, and then I dry hopped it. It was at 28 degrees again. I brewed at 28 degrees. I chucked the what was left of a 100-gram packet of Galaxy in. So 63 grams of Galaxy went in at that point, and at that point also I started the cold crash. So the dry hop lasted about 24 hours, maybe just over. So I took the hops in, started the cold crash. So cold crashed only down to about 4 degrees I think in the end, before I decided to kegger and carbonate, which is this. And let's go for a taste test, because this is a long-winded, boring video, I know. I get bananas and cloves. Oh, that's really weird, because this isn't the Belgian yeast I used. This is the Framgaarden, and I noticed it as I was fermenting that I was opening it up and I could smell big banana hit in my face. It was weird. I don't know what's happened there, because like I say, this is Framgaarden yeast. This should be lemons and citrus. But there you go. This has become a house yeast, so God knows what it does now. It's very strange. And I've top cropped this one, so I'll be interested to see how this carries on now. As I used to do it with anyway, that's a side issue altogether. Yeast. I'll do a video one time on yeast and my yeast and what's happened with them and how I've worked with them. But as this stands, this is it's almost a Belgian. It really is almost a Belgian wheat beer. Because I start off with bananas. The Galaxy is not. Can't really smell the Galaxy. The Melanoidin is quite prominent. It pretty much is a normal wheat beer. How weird. It really is. It's bizarre. I mean, look at that for cloudiness. That's full on wheat beer. Carbonation is still ongoing. I only started carbonating about an hour ago. Force carb, rock, and the usual that I do. The pump it up to 30, rock it for a minute or two. Well, I say a minute or two, maybe 3-4 minutes. Rocking it constantly, and then drop it down to 20 and leave it. I'll leave it till tomorrow. Then drop it down to 12, which will be my serving pressure. Because I might drop it soon actually. With it being wheat, mostly wheat, it does form well. But yeah, I'm only used to doing. I'm not used to brewing with Galaxy. I've never brewed with Galaxy before. I had a couple of Galaxy beers. I had one that I really remember recently from Timmy Jenkins, that was his New England IPA that had Galaxy and Eldorado, and that was beautiful. Very much. There was a sherbety, real sherbet flavour there. That I think was the Galaxy, because it's a flavour I'd not had, as I thought, with the Eldorado before. So sherbeting, I thought it would go well in here. I say I'm used to just doing American wheats with Citra, so I'm used to a real Citra hit. I'm not getting any of that. I'm just getting all the bananas and the. It really is bizarre that. No, it's done that, but there is a little bit of a citrus tinge at the back end. But anyway, that's what I brewed so far in the last 2 weeks. This one and this one, so that's 2 weeks. Plans for the future. Yes, I still want to do some more Simonaitis brews. I've got some Hallertau Blanc, and I want to do a Pilsner no boil sour with Hallertau Blanc. So it'll just be some Pilsner Malt, mash it. I might overnight mash it, and I'll do an overnight mash, then chuck it in the fermenter, add the Simonaitis. When it gets to the pH that I want, about 3.4 seems I might go 3.2, no, 3.4 with Pilsner Malt. I think 3.4 with Pilsner Malt might be about right. I'll go to that, and then chuck in the Hallertau Blanc, 100 grams, and we'll see what we get. It's, from what I've heard, it's meant to be a really good brew, almost wine-like. Can only try. So, other things, I want to do a Pilsner this year with SARS, the Czech Pilsner from here. I've done it a couple of times before, back in the early days, and I want to do it properly. So I'm going to fill my kegs with beer, and obviously this one's nearly gone, so I'll have to rebrew something this weekend or next weekend, and get them filled, and then I'll chuck in a Pilsner, be able to leave it properly and do that. Another beer I want to do an Imperial, a proper Imperial with lots of. Everyone's doing things like with tonka beans and chocolate and that. I mean, I've got cacao nibs there. Chuck some rum in or something, or some whiskey in. Some oak. Having tried the likes of what Timmy's making, but I mean, he's got proper barrel, his barrel aging, making whiskey in a barrel. Excuse me. Mate, that really is alright, carbonation. He's making like proper whiskey in a barrel, and then chucking beer in after he's taken the whiskey out, and they are beautiful. So I'm wanting to do a couple of them sort of things. I'm gonna have to use oak chips or whatever. At the moment, I haven't got the facilities to do barrel aging, but I want to do something similar. Anything else I want to do this year? Pretty open, really. I think. If anyone's got any ideas of beers, I'd like to obviously another crack at a New England IPA. I haven't done one in a couple of years, so I might do a New England IPA at some point. A brute. Yeah, my first one never worked out. Just a beer, really. I might have a go at that. Not really tried any that I've enjoyed or thought were amazing, but I'll have a go. Something dry. So try brute, try New England IPA. The Mango Lassie, do I do it again for a third year just to have on tap because I enjoy it? I might do. I've got a kilo of brambles in the freezer. I might get some more later this year and do something with them porter wise like I've done before. So yeah, and I'm going to do some videos. I really am. I promise I will do some videos, and I will do videos with recipes, you know, like proper recipe things and beer stuff. And, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you've got this far, bloody hell, you got nothing better to do with your time. Yes, please. Thank you, and I'll say goodbye and cheers.